and she had Nelson Adona pulled out on her, and she is just too tough.
Caitlin Clark is upset about the screen set by Griner. Yeah, and a little bit movement with that right.
But Stephanie White needs to turn into Bobby Knight. Start throwing chairs. If a 7-foot player takes their shoulder and checks my point guard's face, I'm going to be livid. I'm going to be pissed off. 3 times, Griner took a cheap shot on Clark above the neck just this game alone. And she's done this in the past.
You won't believe what cameras caught during the Indiana Fever's latest game. Fans thought they'd seen it all, but then an incident involving Caitlin Clark ignited a firestorm of controversy, forcing everyone to relive a debate that's been simmering for weeks. This wasn't just another physical basketball game. This was a complete breakdown of what fans expect from professional officiating, leading to one of the most unbelievable double standards you will ever witness.
Is playing out of her mind right now. The Fever just picked up a win against the Connecticut Sun in a game where the Indiana Fever actually controlled the game from start to finish. Beautiful performance from the whole team. But yo, Caitlin Clark is hooping at an insane level. The things she did in this game, the way she cooked the Connecticut Sun players in this game was vintage. It reminded me of Iowa Caitlin. We're getting straight into it today. There were parts of this game, mainly the refs, that kind of pissed me off, but for the most part, Caitlin Clark made it a very enjoyable watching experience. And Sophie Cunningham at the end, which we will get to, sealed.
What made this particular matchup so shocking wasn't the final score, the highlight reels, or even the growing rivalry that has captivated millions of viewers. No, the most unbelievable part was watching Caitlin Clark receive a technical foul for simply kicking the basketball towards an official, while countless fans online were absolutely losing their minds over a relentless barrage of physical contact against her that seemed to go completely unpunished. The question everyone was asking was immediate, it was furious, and it exposed a deep rift in how the game is being called.
Clark has been picked on and abused ever since she entered the league in 2024, and now Brittney Griner is joining in on the action after she
And get this, the minute the final buzzer sounded, social media absolutely exploded. Within hours, clips were being dissected frame by frame. Every collision was analyzed, every whistle was debated, and fans were trying to piece together how one of the most physically charged games involving Caitlin Clark somehow devolved into such a chaotic and controversial mess. This wasn't just a few frustrated tweets. This was a full-blown community outrage, demanding answers for what looked like blatant inconsistencies on the court.
With the elbow when she played for the Dream. Nothing new. She targets Caitlin Clark. But Caitlin Clark was getting grabbed the entire game and didn't get one free throw. Not one. She also got hit in the lip, had a little bloody lip going on before any of this even started, but she balled out. 25 points, 10 for 17 shooting, 5 3 balls. This is the best Caitlin Clark we've ever seen. She could have had 20 freaking assists. Her teammates can't handle her passes yet. Hopefully the chemistry builds and everything works out just fine. But Caitlin.
Now listen to this part. There are physical basketball games, there are heated rivalries that push the limits, and then there are games that leave seasoned fans staring at their screens, genuinely wondering if the referees accidentally showed up to the wrong arena entirely. This was one of those games, a contest where the officiating felt so out of sync with the actual play that it bordered on the absurd, leaving a bitter taste in the mouths of millions watching.
About a Clark show. Talk about the best in the world, Craig. The best in the world, Craig. Caitlin Clark put the league on notice. I am on a mission to destroy all of y'all's asses, even if I got a $6.4 million center that can't make a damn layup, and I got another ball-hogging, jacking up shots, 2-guard named Kelsey Mitchell that gonna shoot every single time, 2 of 9 from 3, just keep shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting. I got a sabotaging head coach. You can't stop me. Caitlin Clark put on an absolute show.
That surreal, disbelieving feeling hung heavy over countless viewers who tuned in to watch the Indiana Fever battle the Atlanta Dream. This was a game that, by all accounts, should have been a celebration of Caitlin Clark's incredible on-court performance, a showcase of her undeniable talent. But instead, it became yet another chapter in the increasingly frustrating saga surrounding the perceived unfair treatment she consistently receives, turning what should have been a victory lap into another heated debate about league officiating.
For the past 2 games, bruh. 32 last game, 25 this game, 10 of 17 from the field tonight, and 5 of 10 from the three-point line. What are we doing? She ain't wasting no time. You got grind on the post trying to get something going, and she ain't got nothing to show for it. So Caitlin Clark gets out in transition, and Mo Billing dimes her for an easy layup at the cup. Defense leads to offense. Caitlin Clark already said it herself. She is the best transition player in the league, and yo, tonight she looked like the best player in the league in general. And looky here, early on in the game, you got Lexi Holt proving why she needs to be on the court, fighting for a steal here and diming AB on the perimeter, who drills a three-point jump shot.
Hold up. By the end of the night, social media was overflowing with slow-motion replays, heated debates, and one question that seemed impossible to avoid. How could Caitlin Clark receive a technical foul for simply kicking the basketball toward an official, while multiple dangerous plays, particularly involving Brittney Griner, appeared to go largely unpunished? For many fans, this wasn't an isolated incident. The frustration had been simmering, building to a boiling point long before the final buzzer even sounded. Throughout the entire game, Clark was bumped, grabbed, shoved, and hit repeatedly while trying to run Indiana's offense. While physical defense is absolutely part of basketball, and every great player has to deal with defenders trying to make life difficult, what truly angered so many viewers was the undeniable belief that the physicality crossed the line from tough, gritty defense into something far more reckless and, frankly, dangerous. The controversy centered largely around Brittney Griner, who was involved in several highly physical collisions with Clark throughout the game. It was immediately pointed out that this wasn't the first time Griner had been accused of targeting Clark with what many perceived as excessive contact. Previous matchups had already generated significant criticism after incidents involving elbows, hard fouls, and highly questionable contact around Clark's head and face. Because of that alarming history, every new collision during this game received intense, almost microscopic, scrutiny from a fan base already on edge.
Caitlin Clark did what she had to do. Y'all should be saying thank you. Stephanie White, let's get this very clear here for the post-game, the locker room scrum, and all of that. I don't want to hear nothing about no fist. We're coming together. I don't want to hear nothing about none of that. Y'all got y'all asses bailed out by Caitlin Clark all damn game. And then Sophie, the trophy, the blonde bomber, 1/3 of Tres Leches.
But here, that's where it gets absolutely wild. What made the entire situation even more frustrating for Clark's supporters was the undeniable fact that despite all the contact, all the bumps, and all the shoves, she was playing some of the best basketball of her professional career. While defenders were constantly leaning on her, grabbing at her, and attempting to disrupt her rhythm at every turn, she continued to put together an offensive masterclass, delivering a performance that defied the chaos around her. From the opening minutes, Clark looked completely locked in. She started the game aggressively, confidently knocking down shots from deep and immediately putting immense pressure on Atlanta's defense. The moment she crossed half court, defenders were already visibly worried about her seemingly limitless range, creating an impossible dilemma for any opposing coach.
Brittney Griner. This is the same woman who got caught smoking in Russia and was jailed. And then Joe Biden made a trade for the Merchant of Death.
At one point, she was...
The problem with defending Caitlin Clark, as every team in the league is quickly learning, is that every defensive strategy seems to create a brand new, unsolvable problem. If defenders play too far back, giving her even an inch of space, she launches deep three-pointers that can completely change the momentum of a game within minutes, sinking the morale of the opposing team. If defenders pressure her closely, getting right up in her space, Clark uses her elite passing vision and quickness to blow by them or set up open teammates, completely dismantling their defensive scheme. She finished this particular game with an impressive 25 points and knocked down 5 crucial three-pointers. But anyone who watched the entire game knows the box score barely captured how dominant she actually was. In many ways, the most impressive and arguably underrated aspect of her performance had absolutely nothing to do with scoring. It was her passing, which reached a level of artistry rarely seen.
The technical, I didn't need an explanation. I deserved it, but it was worth it. The delay of game made no sense. It felt like Tyler wanted to assert himself into the game, and that was ridiculous, so.
And get this, time after time, Clark delivered passes that looked like they belonged in a highlight reel, passes that analysts will be dissecting for years. She threaded the ball through impossibly tiny windows, launched pinpoint full-court passes that traveled like lasers, and repeatedly created wide-open opportunities for her teammates that seemed to appear out of thin air. Several of those jaw-dropping passes, in fact, should have resulted in assists, but unfortunately, missed layups and missed shots prevented her stat sheet from fully reflecting the true extent of her incredible impact on the game. There were stretches where Clark looked less like a basketball player and more like a quarterback, meticulously reading a defense, knowing exactly where everyone on the court would be before they even knew themselves. One possession would feature a deep, logo three-pointer. The very next would feature a cross-court laser pass. Then she would seamlessly transition into a creative, shifty drive into the paint, drawing multiple defenders. And then, just when you thought you had her figured out, she would throw a behind-the-back pass that left defenders frozen in place, utterly bewildered. Atlanta simply had no answer. Unfortunately, throughout all this brilliance, the physicality continued to escalate to an alarming degree. Fans repeatedly noticed Clark being held away from the basketball, with several possessions clearly showing defenders grabbing her arm, bumping her off her path, or using overt physical contact to prevent her from getting open. While some level of physical play is undeniably expected in professional basketball, many viewers felt the officials were allowing an unusually high and frankly dangerous amount of contact, creating an uneven playing field. The frustration among fans reached an entirely new level when Clark appeared to take multiple hits, including what looked like a bloody lip, without receiving the benefit of foul calls.
Throughout the game, first quarter I see nothing, second quarter I see nothing, third quarter nothing, fourth quarter she finally started shooting, fam. She went 4 quarters, well 3 quarters without shooting, came in and shot like that. That's why I always say keep Sophie involved, man. Keep Sophie involved. But man, this game was closer than it needed to be, y'all. Way closer than it needed to be. And shout out Caitlin, man. Look at this, 25 points, 10 for 17, and 5 for 10 from the 3 off no free throws. I was having a discussion with somebody. They was like, yeah, man, I see Caitlin getting points off of the free throws. I would rather her make her field goals. There it is, dog. There it is. I told you, Caitlin, she's gonna cook up. All right, she's getting there. Once again, she's getting in that mode. I see it. But, this team have to hit those open.
Now listen to this part. Despite absorbing a hit that left her with a bloody lip, a moment that would absolutely derail most players, she continued playing at an elite, unbothered level. Rather than allowing the mounting frustration to affect her performance, which would have been completely understandable, she responded with even more plays, keeping Indiana's offense moving with precision and purpose. That almost superhuman ability to maintain composure under intense pressure has quietly become one of Clark's most underrated and crucial qualities. People often focus on her shooting range because it produces spectacular highlights that break the internet. People focus on her passing because it creates viral clips that mesmerize fans. People focus on her unprecedented popularity because she has single-handedly transformed television ratings and attendance figures across the league. What often gets overlooked is the sheer mental toughness required to navigate the kind of relentless physical scrutiny and pressure that few, if any, players in basketball have ever experienced. And somehow, she continues to produce. The more pressure opponents apply, the more determined she seems to become. That exact pattern repeated itself once again during this matchup. Whenever Atlanta increased the physicality, Clark responded with another big shot, silencing the crowd. Whenever defenders tried to crowd her, she responded with another perfect pass, dissecting their defense. Whenever frustration threatened to become a distraction, she answered by making another winning play, proving she's built differently.
Maybe if the referees called the games fairly and properly, we wouldn't have this problem. You wouldn't see her throwing her arms up in the air or her trying to get a call. She's not flopping. These girls are targeting her. It hasn't changed. Maybe it's calmed down a little bit, but not much from what I've seen. I'm sure when we watch the Commissioner's Cup, they'll be fouling the hell out of her. Listen, I understand that the college basketball when she was in was not as physical as the WNBA. I totally understand that. But there's a difference between street ball and basketball.
Meanwhile, the debate surrounding Brittney Griner's actions and the officiating continued to grow louder. reaching a fever pitch. Several moments involving Griner quickly spread across social media, particularly incidents where contact appeared to occur around Clark's upper body, neck, and head area, areas that are explicitly protected in the rulebook. Fans who already firmly believed Clark receives unfair and differential treatment from officials viewed these specific plays as further, undeniable evidence that referees were egregiously failing to protect one of the league's biggest and most valuable stars. The criticism grew louder and more pointed because many viewers felt there was a glaring double standard in how the game was being officiated. That stark contrast became the central, infuriating talking point. Viewers were not necessarily upset that Clark received a technical foul for a minor act of frustration. They were absolutely incensed because they believed far more serious, dangerous actions had gone completely unpunished. From their perspective, the priorities of the officials seemed completely backwards. A minor act of frustration resulted in an immediate technical, while repeated physical and potentially dangerous collisions produced little to no consequence. Whether one agrees with that assessment or not, there is absolutely no denying that millions of basketball fans were asking the exact same question after the game. How could the officiating appear so shockingly inconsistent and biased when the stakes are this high?
Tested shots, right? Visine worked clear eyes in everybody's eye. Caitlin stepping back, giving people that CVS prescription work. Then you have Kelsey Mitchell stepping back, giving that Visine work. Come on, man, they were cooking. Tough shots in the paint. But I was like, man, it's not sustainable. Hit the open one. They had open looks after open looks in that second quarter, and they only came up with 17 points. I'm like, oh my goodness. Now they did hold the Sun to 9 points. They turned the defense up after we were getting bullied by Adota.
As the controversy continued to rage, threatening to overshadow everything, Clark remained laser-focused on one thing: winning the game. That unwavering focus helped Indiana maintain control during crucial nail-biting moments. Kelsey Mitchell, showing veteran poise, delivered several important baskets, consistently attacking the defense and providing much-needed additional scoring support. Aaliyah Boston battled through a difficult shooting night, but continued contributing in other essential areas, dominating the boards and playing tenacious defense, while Monique Billings provided valuable energy and relentless rebounding. And then came Sophie Cunningham, the unsung hero of the night.